Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Toppers World. Today I'm going to share with you 12 important rules of IELTS reading. If you are a beginner and you don't know how to start reading or you are confused, this video is of immense benefits for you. And if you are already doing reading from last many days and you got stuck at around 5 band, your performance does not improve and you're worried about your performance, then again this video is of a great advantage for you. The first thing that I would like to discuss with you, how to start reading. So there are a number of approaches that you can use. Like you can start reading from your first passage, then move to second and third. This is the conventional method. Many students do this, and it is a good method because the first passage is the easiest one, then the second the hard, and third is the hardest. So starting from the easy is always a good form of exercise. Like it gives you warm up exercise, and then you can your mind can be ready for the toughest questions. Some students like to start reading from the third passage. Those who want 7 or 8 plus score, they don't want to waste their time, and they spend hard, they do hard passage first and spend 25 minutes, then second passage 20 minutes, then they attempt first passage within 10 to 15 minutes. It depends upon how well you are in English. What I want to suggest you that you should start your reading from the first passage. This is the easiest way. Even some students like to go through all the passages first. They just scan the information and try to find out, is there any passage they already have some information about, like is there any topic in the passage which is easiest and related to their previous study. So if something is like there, you can also start from that passage, but the basic funda is that you should start your reading from the first passage, then move to second and third. Okay, how many passages should I attempt every day? Again, there is no hard and fast ruling. It depends upon your capacity, your capability. If you have extra time and you are a fast reader, you can do 2 tests every day. And if you having poor English or vocabulary is not strong, you have understanding problems, then you should try only 1 test. Even you can start from the 2 passages, but the thing is that you have to do deep reading, means by understanding attempt the questions, and you may take more time. Use dictionary along with your reading, and attempt only 2 or 3 passages or 1 test in a day. Third is, should I attempt all 40 questions in 60 minutes or take extra time? These are the 2 very good approaches. If you want to improve your reading skill, you should take extra time and be slower in the beginning and try to attempt all the questions. Whether you take 90 minutes or 80 minutes, you shouldn't bother about in the beginning, because in the beginning we are slow in reading, and moreover people don't have many reading habits in these days, so they ought to be very slow in the beginning. So you can take more time, but sure that you should try to understand each and every word. And after some time, after some days, when slowly your speed will go up, then try to do the reading in 60 minutes. If you want to check your level, whether I am ready for the exam, so 1 or 2 times in a week you should do reading strictly according to schedule, that is in 60 minutes, or even less than 60 minutes, like 55 minutes, and 5 minutes you can devote for rechecking, which is very essential. Next, rule number 4 is, which type of question I should attempt first. Some students find the blanks very easy though, so they quickly go to the blanks. If they get blanks in the first passage, that is very easy, you can go through the blanks first. Some students like list of headings or which paragraph contains the given information. Others may have comfort with the true, false, and not given or yes, no type. Again, here I suggest you that you should start whatever the question you see in the first passage, whether they are blanks or list of headings. You should start your questions in systematic order. Reason being that for some questions, for example, list of headings and true, false, if you attempt true, false first, then you may have to do reading repeatedly for list of headings. If you do list of heading first, maybe chances that your attempt, you will be able to attempt a list of headings along with true false, and it will save your time. And if you find MCQs extremely difficult or not able to attempt them, and 3-4 MCQs are there in the third passage, I want that you should take as much as time. And in exam situations, if you find them difficult, then you should do them in the last, because they are very time consuming type of questions, and even if you have to sacrifice those questions, you should be ready for that. Next is, should I do skimming or scanning? Skimming means having overall general view, means what this passage is about. So briefly, quickly reading some words from the beginning to the end to get the general idea. Scanning means looking for specific information. Scanning technique we use when we need to do the blanks, or when we have to do writers or researchers and match them with their statements. Skimming we need for list of headings or which paragraph contains following information. So both techniques are very useful. You should use both techniques for different kind of questions. Should I try to understand each and every sentence? So if you are a beginner, if you have a time, then you should go for deeper understanding, and I suggest that you should try to understand, because this will help you to improve your English. That English you can use in speaking, listening and writing as well. And if you are close to your exam and you have few days left with you, then I want that you should not bother about each and every sentence. You should try to focus on the main part of the question and main part of the answer in the passage, and try to avoid those sentences which you are not able to understand. Don't bother about that. How to improve understanding? This is really very important. And again, the situation is that most of the students have weaker understanding, so that is why they are not able to get very high band score in IELTS reading. High band score depend upon how strong in English are you. If you have good command in English, vocabulary is good, so you need not to bother about, you have already good understanding. But the problem becomes when you are from a non-English background, or you are a student of humanity groups, you have not studied in English medium, or you are in a local school where there is no English medium. So then you need to improve your understanding, and that you can do by enhancing your vocabulary. So whenever you do any passage, you should have a notebook and pen or pencil with you, and try to underline difficult words and search the meanings from the dictionary. This way will help you to improve your understanding. You can also take the help of any friend of yours who is good in English. He or she can make you or help you in understanding the concept of the any particular passage. The next is, should I use some tricks to guess the answer? Of course you can use. Some tricks are there. Those are logical tricks, and you can use those tricks. I have already shared some of the tricks in my other YouTube videos. You can go through them. But I advise you that you should try the tricks only when you have no time left with you, or just 5-6 minutes are with you, or you are in the exam time and you are not able to understand the passages, or language is quite difficult at that time. Otherwise all the tricks are not 100% accurate, or you cannot try all the tricks every time. So use the tricks whenever there is any need for that. Should I always try to attempt all questions? It depends. If your band score requirement is 7 band or 8 band, you supposed to attempt each and every question, and you should be capable enough. If you don't have that efficiency to attempt all the questions, you should not apply for the IELTS exam. On the other hand, if your requirement is just 6 band, and you should not waste your time on difficult questions, for example MCQs type questions, you can avoid them and go for those questions which you find easy, like blanks, true, false, or list of headings. When should I make blind guesswork? Blind guesses can only be done when you have no time left and you are not able to understand anything. And you can, for example, in true false, you can write all the trues or you can write all the false. But one thing is that all the answers are not true. So there is risk. Some of your questions can be total waste. So be cautious about that. I have already uploaded some tips regarding how to make blind guesses, or how to do reading, IELTS reading without reading. So those tips or tricks can be of some advantage for you, but I would not recommend that you always depend upon those. You should depend upon reading, understanding. Next is, what should I do if I am running out of time? Again, if you are running out of time and you have only few minutes left with you, and then I would like to tell you that you should try to attempt all the questions by hook or crook, by guessing, by applying some tricks, or by blind guess, but never leave questions unattempted, especially those questions which are like having answers A, B, C, or yes, no type. For the blanks, I know that it's not possible to make guess in the blanks. So in the case of, even I suggest you that you should attempt all even blanks. Whatever the word you find from the passage suitable, you should write, because something is always better than nothing. Number 12 is, how should I manage my time? This is really very important. Managing time in actual exam situation is a big challenge, and that can be done. Time can be saved by number of ways, or managed by number of ways. First of all, as you get the reading, as soon as you get the reading, you should start attempting the passage immediately. Even sometimes examiners, when they distribute your question paper or reading booklets, and they tell that not to open them, you can secretly or slowly, if they are not looking at you, can you start reading the passage. As soon as they allow you to start your reading, immediately you should start from the first passage without thinking that should I go to the second passage first, or third passage, or particular type of questions. So first method or way is to immediately start whatever the passage is there in front of you. Second thing is that do not read difficult names in your mind. The names of the scientists, names of the universities, institutions, theories, because such names are group of words, 5-6 words, like University of California in Massachusetts, or the scientist Robert Frost, scientist Robert Frost working in University of California. So these are the group of words. You just need to read the name of scientist, only the first part, even not to read full name. And you can also save your time by attempting list of headings first, and also reading other questions. And while attempting list of headings, you can also attempt other questions like blanks or true false side by side, because they are also within the same passages, same paragraphs, I mean to say. So in this way you can save your time. Another thing is that while practicing, you should try to read 4 or 5 words in one glance, and daily have a time watch with you, or alarm watch with you, and try to set the alarm and complete every passage daily 2 or 3 minutes earlier, so that you should be able to speed up your reading speed. So these are the 12 rules which are very important. If you follow all these rules sincerely, definitely dead sure that you will get your dream band score 6.5. Thank you.